Alright, we got a new one here with the top on it. Now, if you notice, this one here is a lot thicker looking at that other one that was broken. So it'd take more to break it next time, or bend it at least. You don't think they upgraded that for Harley riders, do you? Works freely.
Nice.
Don't forget to put the jet back in.
What size was that jet?
68.
68.
What was the other one? Remember?
Don't remember.
It's on your brain. Forget?
Yeah.
We have this little tool right here called a Sharpie. $68. Can almost read that. Let me redo that. There you go. And 29.5. And now you know what it is.
Thanks.
Until you rub it off. And with gasoline, don't take much to rub it off. Okay, almost forgot a couple things. One is you want to put the gasket back. And I want to make sure the O-ring goes back on here, not down there in the puke, like it just went. Okay. Now this is your accelerator pump right here.
Okay.
See a little slot in there?
Yes.
You can rotate that a little bit to make it squirt where it's supposed to. And if it gets damaged, then it doesn't work right. You know. Of course, you gotta buy a whole football to replace it. So try to be careful when you're working on that. Right. Hole over there.
Can I get an air cleaner? Do you have one?
A new element?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you.
Don't worry about that later.
All right.
Air cleaner's not going back on right now. Fuel line's in the way. I'm working on the blind side.
What was your top speed at Bonneville
On what?
on your race bike?
Which one?
The blue one.
Yeah, they're all blue.
The one that's got one cylinder.
The single cylinder one?
Single cylinder, yeah.
At Bonneville?
Yeah.
For the mile or only for the quarter up there?
The mile.
Mile has done 141, I think.
141.
For the quarter, which is from 2 to 2 1/4 mile, it's done 150 twice. It always blows up at halfway through at the mile. So it's always coasting at the end of it.
So you're faster in a 1/4 mile than a mile?
Well, at Bonneville you time between 2 mile and 3 miles for your mile. And in a 1/4 mile they give you a 1/4 mile time strap, so it's from 2 to 2 1/4. So you got 2 miles of build up for that 1/4 mile. So I'll have a higher speed going in, but the motor will blow up before it gets to the finish line. I'll coast through the last 1/4 mile. I've coasted through it half a mile coasting where I blew up at halfway. I'm still around 135. And at that speed you decelerate pretty quickly, so you probably do it around 158 or so when it blows up. It doesn't count, so it doesn't matter.
If you blow it up, it doesn't count?
It doesn't
Still
count.
Speed, right?
It's the miles to mile, not the. Doesn't matter how fast you went in the mile. The whole average is what counts.
I see.
At El Mirage, you run 1.3 miles and only average the last 50 feet is all that matters. So you can go as fast as you want anywhere else, but that last 50 feet is where the timing drop is. Nothing else counts. The trick is to time it before it blows up. It's hard to do. Alright, let's get that out of the way a little bit. Okay, we gotta remember to pull the plug and clean it.
Alright.
That's a little loose. Good thing we checked that. Greedy.
I barely had my hands on her.
Well, somebody didn't put their hands on that part. That's why you gotta get in the habit of just checking everything on the bike. Because you never know what has been dicked with and hasn't been. This has an O-ring seal on it, and the O-ring's still in there, so that's a good sign. Put my finger in there, make sure there's no grit left in there. It's clean. And screw it in, you can hear it's not as gritty when I pull it out. So I guess I'll check these other two screws right here that I don't usually screw with, just to make sure they're tight. See how they move the quarter turn?
Mm.
I'll do my wrench. There it is. Now the proper torque on this is tight, not finger tight. Alright. Okay, go up here and check this. So we got free play in the cable
Yes.
like we like. Turning the light open and oh, it is wide open. That's a good sign. I always like wide open. And you look at the squirter right here. See it's squirting off to one side. It's supposed to go kind of more in the center.
Hmm.
Did you see that?
Do it again.
It's out of fuel now. So that means you got to take that float bowl off and rotate that slightly.
Hmm.
Put it back where it goes. So means I get to do this again. It always goes better the second time, right?
Yeah. See how that's not quite where it belongs in the hole there? I'm not sure why that's jammed up in there. Usually means something bad over there. See what I'm looking at here, the plunger? Yes.
It's turned sideways in the slot. You got two slots like that. It's supposed to go straight, and yours is hanging in there like this. So.
It's not seated in there.
So this might be spread apart or something. Something isn't correct over there. Now we're assuming that it has the O-rings and the manifold in there correctly. But at this point, I probably going to have to go and check that because I'm seeing too many things that are wrong that normally are not wrong. So usually what I do is I take a reference point. Like this is going right to here. The flat is going right to there. So right now it's squirting kind of over here, so I want to rotate it a little bit. Now if this doesn't rotate, don't force it and break it. See how now it's more over here?
Mm-hmm.
I was squirting away there, so I'm probably going to have to move it more than that to do what I want. So now it's going to squirt, and the angle is pretty good off the center. So that might be pretty close to what we want. Now you notice how that O-ring's not back on there again? So where'd it go this time? Usually those O-rings stay put, so I don't know why that one keeps falling off. And I don't even see where it went to, so that means it must have went to the ground. Or it's underneath the float in here. There's more piece of grit in there. The O-ring's right there.
That orange is just a little stretched out.
I'm going to replace it because it's not staying put, it's swelled up. There's a big piece of grit down in here that I don't like.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead and clean this thing out a little bit better than I did the first time.
Stop him.